Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the International 3 group stages. I'm Toby1.
And I'm Wagamama.
And we are here for game number 2. It is the Swedish affair. That's right. It's Alliance.
It is.
Going up against a little bit of a pie cat.
A little bit of a pie cat, a little bit of G, a little bit 40-37, but...
So just a little bit of this and a little bit of that and everything in between.
Now, the game seemed pretty one-sided, I had to say, even though it was a 39 or something minute game.
Yep.
I would say that Alliance were pretty strong throughout the entire of this matchup, but I really think that Brax got so much out of that offlane. Like, he had a very early Aghanims on the Beastmaster. They just couldn't get the things done that they wanted to with the Shadowblade DK and with the Aghanims on Beastmaster. They didn't really get the kills.
Yep.
Might be because they were so shut down on the safe lane. Like the carry, Pycat, he's an amazing carry player. And during, was it like TI1 or which TI was it that he had, like, he was voted top carry, but in this game he was like 24 CS at 12 minutes in, which is really low.
It's quite possible. He would have been Online Kingdom International if it was TI1.
Yeah, I believe it was like the game where he was sniper or something. He got sick amount of kills and farm. But either way, this game was not his most fun game, I think. He did get up his Radiance at a decent rate, but it was just kind of too late. The enemy was already pretty strong. Well,
let's look at this game right now, man, because we've got Wisp Batrider being banned out by S4. Wow, that feels a little bit more natural, doesn't it? And Lifesteal and Naga being taken out by Misery. So Admiral Bulldog again will get his profit. We get Arke, who gets one of his favorite heroes too, the Visage, so micro-intensity heroes for him. And Lone Druid was denied for the Admiral Bulldog and taken by LGD. So 2 games in a row now, Admiral Bulldog won't get his Lone Druid, but it does go into the hands of LGD.
He will play his Nature's Prophet in the entire of this series, and I was gonna say that they will pick up a Chen next. There's no way they pick anything else but a Chen when they have.
How fast do you now ban like Latrak as well as Lycan? Just
we will see. Like if S4 actually decides to do that or not here. But
the only reason I would see him not do that is if he felt his counter push was enough. If you have a coddle with it, it might be enough, but you need to ensure it gets early levels, like a lot of early levels. And your offlane that kind of has some counter push as well. And that would be something like a Windrunner or something along those lines then.
Yeah, pretty much. But
you've already got a profit.
Yeah, having a Furion this early on, then it's pretty hard to have another hero with anti-push, but...
Unless you get really greedy and throw profit into the jungle and just get him to farm.
I said last game as well that LGD looked to be building into a very scary, like, 5-man push type of lineup. And this game, it really starts out the same when I look at it. But last game, they didn't really get the movement as they wanted. When they had the DD on DK, they tried to go behind the tower on top lane, and it didn't really work out. They didn't really get to push that much. But we see them banning out Caudle, so it kind of gives us a tell that this should be a push. But... we'll see. Of course, Caudle is just really strong with Visage as well.
Actually, just something else to throw into the mix. Pugna.
Well,
just to throw him out there, man, because right now, if you're going to go for a proper push lineup, and you've already got a hero like a Visage who's throwing out so much mana so quickly as well, and then you got Prophet who will also be doing exactly the same kind of thing, it's just the first thing that comes to mind. Is either that or Misery is playing as For All Fools, and he picks up an anti-mage next and goes, "Sup?" We're not going push trap, man.
I don't think that's very likely, but as for Pugna, I mean, like, Quantic played it some. Of course, Quantic with their innovative drafts where they had a Silent play carry Pugna, and carry because it's 15-minute game basically when you go for something like that. So I don't know how much you carry.
We say number 1 role.
Yeah, exactly. You take the farm in the early game, and then the early game ends, and the game ends.
Yep.
So anyway, DK being banned out, pretty smart ban from S4. Doesn't want to give too much this pushing potential over. And Gyro, another hero that can stop the push really easily for being a carry.
Doesn't even need to be in that close. Like, you pop that flat can, you can do it all from range.
Yeah, and ulti even. The ulti is also amazing.
Yep. Well, S4, who's going to be your last one? What do you think LGD are going to be using for this push? I'm still worried about the Latrak combination with the Chen. At the same time, there's just so many different other support combinations you can use to push down towers that just taking out Latrack's kind of like a meh. It's almost like you want to take out... That's what I thought the Pugna. I was thinking mid, and he takes out OD instead. We kind of actually forgot about OD. Like, OD and Razor, like the most banned heroes on this live stream so far.
I was actually about to say, like, doesn't seem like any of these teams will show me why Razor has been banned so much. But I think that Razor can still steal the damage from the Spirit Bear, actually. That was something that he could do at least. I'm not sure if it's intended or not, but that makes him a decent pick against Lone Druid. But I doubt that any of these teams will show me why Razor has been banned so many of the games. Puck it is.
S4's Puck.
S4's Puck. And that is a good hero against push. Not a anti-pushes so hard, but it catches the enemy. And really, then you can start punishing them with the birds coming in, with a Furion behind them. You start killing them off.
I want to see Misery's Lycan. I want to see so many different things from Misery right now. It's been so long since I've had a good push strat. I think actually the last one I cast was when I made a challenge to Alliance when they were playing up against Infernity in the EMS 1 group stages, I think it was, or something like that.
And they won in 7 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact time, but it looks like you do. Yeah. But that was the last time I saw a proper push strat. The challenge was to win in under 10 minutes. That was the challenge. And they were very successful at that challenge. Yeah,
they kind of rocked that challenge, but that was them doing a very intense push strat. This game, Alliance not going to go for something like that, but let's see if LGD are actually going to keep going for it. I want to see a Lycan just because I think it's interesting to see all the right-click DPS. I'm not saying it's effective right here and right now, but it's going to be an Alchemist, and that probably excludes the option to ever have a Lycan in this matchup.
Yes.
But
there's just too many farmers right now. Like, you got Lone Druid long lane, you got Alchemist on safe. You still need to have one extra supporter.
And then you have a greedy. Then you have Chen who needs to jungle for himself as well.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're like saying, okay, well, Alchemist could be a support kind of role here, that wouldn't happen either, because Alchemist needs to have a presence on that bottom lane, more than just I have a concoction.
5 seconds remaining.
So we get a farming Alchemist, a pushing Chen, or a farming Chen. Yeah, I got a funny feeling that Coddle was just, it was screwing with us. This isn't a pushing lineup anymore. This is a safety kind of lineup. It's a lot of strength. It's a lot of damage later on in the game. It's some good income coming on, as well as someone that can really make the most out of the jungle. And yeah, S4's realized it too. It's not meant to be a late game kind of, it's not meant to be an early game kind of push. They've got time, so they pick up a Spectre, so they've got late game farm.
Yeah. I mean, having Spectre, having Furion, you have all the carry power that you need, and having a Puck in the lineup as well. And then the birds, look at all these heroes and the ways they can catch out people. Birds, Furion, TPing in, Puck always amazing at catching people.
Yep.
And then the Spectre ulti to boot. So with these 4 heroes from Alliance, they can really fight already. And the carry power from Spectre and Furion is undeniable.
Yeah. So for some guy in the chat too has said that the Acid Spray, like you can still push with Acid Spray. Yeah, to an extent you can, but if you're going to go for an all-out pushing strat, Acid Spray isn't the thing you're searching for.
Exactly. You're looking for damage, you're looking for summons. You want to find these things, auras even. But Acid Spray, of course, it kills off creeps fast, but you want to have something that slays enemy towers and that boosts your creeps or your army when you push it.
We get ourselves SD. So we're going through both of the support combinations that we're used to from LGD International. Getting both the SD Chen and the Rubik Chen. Rubik Chen being in the first set of games.
Yeah, and we did say that they like to run SD Chen and Rubik Chen. That was the first thing we said when they picked Chen in the first game. And that game we got the Rubik. This time we get the SD. And also SD being so nice against Spectre. It's a really good pickup against it. You get the Illusions who have the Desolate. So if you manage to ever ulti and slow down Spectre when she's alone and then put her down, and she spawns still being slowed and has 2 Illusions hitting her, she can kill herself so fast with that. I'm not even kidding. She will die really faster than us, especially with some amplified damage as well. But she will not be alone too often.
No.
And the detection range on the if you're alone is really, really low. So even with summons from Visage or Furion, you can suddenly not have the Desolate proc.
We get our last ban out here by S4. Actually taking out the Darkseer in this role.
Yeah, a little bit scared of the Alchemist stun, but that's really all. Like, there's no wombo combo apart from the Alchemist stun.
But that means S4 is already assuming that, like, it wouldn't be a Darkseer solo mid up against a Puck. He's assuming Lone Druid's in the middle lane.
No, he thinks it's Alchemist or Lone Druid mid. Doesn't really matter who. So he assumes one of them is mid, and most likely it should be like Lone Druid going mid, because then you can still combo with the SD and Chen. But even having a mid Alchemist, they could gang for him with SD and Chen.
Yeah.
And Puck is a kill, even though he's very hard to kill hero. He's gankable with that lineup.
People in chat are still calling for Timbersaw. They want to see him play, but there's only one team right now that really plays that. And we get a Venomancer from Alliance again. They got backed into a corner this time around. Like, it was Visage and possibly could have had the Rubik, but it got banned out. Collar got banned out. Venomancer, not a bad second option.
So much love, though, for Venomancer. Like, they played in the last game, got played in this game as well. Giving some love to an unwanted hero.
That was very successful, though.
Yeah.
Like, those Gales, I don't think I even saw one Gale that missed as well.
Expert Gale. It's very nice, though, having a Venomancer go in. If he goes in early and gets his ulti on everyone, then you Spectre and Fury ulti, then everyone sort of dies.
Sort of.
Sort of.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, so what's our last one? There's no extra time left, and they go Bounty as their last one. So they were right. They were right. It's going to be Pycat, that Lone Druid, which means Alchemist for the solo mid. Brax to go long lane, the Bounty Hunter.
That's true. I like Bounty Hunter. He's a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching.
He's a lot of money when you combine him up with an Alchemist at the same
time. A lot of
time.
money. And that's what you want to have when you have SD and Chen. Someone who can make the ganks pay off more. Because SD and Chen can gank ridiculously much. Like, two of the most potent roaming combinations. But if you don't get more gold than any other sucker, then, you know, you're not going to get that money. So you add a Bounty Hunter and you get really rich.
Let's set the mood. Oh, wow, really? How many couriers have these guys got? We're just going through so many different ones now. Sorry, this is like heaven for me.
This is like heaven for you? Well, they sort of had the golden Roche as well, but I believe they all sold it now. Or all EGM had it. I believe he sold it.
Well, because the golden Roshan was one of the hardest couriers to find. It was the Diatide if you were number one.
The most expensive item in Dota.
I think there's actually only one other courier which was worth more, and that was the Defense Season 2 courier.
Are you sure that it sold for more?
Because there was only like 20 couriers released of the Defense Season 2 courier.
I see.
It was the War Dog, but had a defense banner on the back.
I see.
Like not even joined Dota staff members actually have that courier. It was so rare.
That's very nice. It's fun to see how items like these can become so popular among collectors.
Well, so many people are getting them too. Like, I don't know, for people who are watching here on Twitch chat, if you're not from the Dota scene, and you still want to find some drops, connect your Steam account to your Twitch ID right now, because by watching this live stream, you actually have the chance of getting drops from inside the game. It'll send it straight to your Dota 2 account. It's all connected up, because we're here inside the game. Our stream is flagged for any of these games, so if we are watching a kill, or even if we're not, you still have that option of getting in-game drops.
Exactly.
So make sure you have your Steam account connected on Twitch, and you'll have yourself a chance. So you don't actually have to be inside a Dota TV in order to get those item drops or get the
It's wonderful to see Twitch and Valve having that integration there.
Yeah. Well, the API is actually open to all streaming providers. Yeah. It's just everyone uses Twitch, so.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing. So here on mid lane we see Brax. He doesn't want to go to top lane, so he just hits S4 some. Well, no real reason, just comes in here and... Oh, actually, Misery is behind.
Yeah, they got a chance right now with a DD rune. This is going to be it, man. 2 hits, S4 doesn't have phase shift. He's going to get another one with the Acid Spray. They get it first blood. LGD International, they're the ones to get it this time around.
I didn't realize he had a DD rune because I have this German Dota 2 that says Doppelten Schadens? Yes, Schadens.
I believe you can actually change the language inside of Steam.
I'll have to do that.
S4 trying to actually orb and disjoint the orb from the concoction from God, but obviously you can't do that.
Nope.
Not possible. So the orb basically did a 180 turn and followed him.
Yeah.
So bottom lane, Bulldog facing up against his favorite pet, the Lone Druid Bear down here.
Bulldog has to be happy right now. It's like two of his favorite heroes laning against each other.
Hey, the chat's on 50%. My odds are improving, man.
It's getting better by the game.
Hey, I still think that should all come down to the ultimate thing. Will a first blood be missed at all during all of the group stages? Because so far, we're on 100%, man.
Yeah, so far it's looking really good.
It's saying that we're only 4 games in. So, and there's so much more coming up today. We were talking about it in the break, about how many games of Dota are coming up.
A lot of Dota coming, so...
Yeah. We're starting here, and we're now into the second game of the matchup of LG International versus Alliance. And what else is coming up in the stream? Like, following this, Mousesports to play up against Na'Vi. Then we have IG up against Alliance. Holy crap, man.
No big match, just IG Alliance.
Crap. And then Fnatic versus Mousesports. And we wrap up with Alliance versus Rattlesnake. So, fantastic games all day long. Make sure you stay tuned, peoples. Make sure you stay tuned.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And look at bottom lane.
Another
like
rotation.
This is a roaming Gondor just going with his supports and just moving. Just total LGD style. And this is working for him so far.
Yep. But they've got to turn this now onto the tower. Like, they just got themselves a kill. They got to try and bring down this tower. But the Treants are not making this easy for him.
No, pulls away a few of the creeps and another few of the creeps go into a tower. That's the worst thing you can have happen, because then you kind of lose your creeps while you're not really sending all of them in. So...
And then Prophet's got time to get straight back into that bottom lane and just make a new set of trees. So
yeah,
it really is like Nature's Prophet's turn from this like long lane kind of like phase boots, harassment, win the lane kind of style into this really annoyance, like blocking camps or pulling creep waves out to the side.
Well, if he's solo against someone, you will go for phase boots and try to control them really hard. But if you're against the
S4's far enough away though, or maybe he's not.
He has shift, so
yeah,
can't do anything about that.
But Brax already wants to attack.
You see the TP scroll on Brax? He's like running around, ganking as much as possible, and when he has to come top, he will TP there. So he really doesn't give any care at all for this top lane. It's like they will pull and farm, he knows that, and he can't come up there because Venomancer and Visage, he dies immediately if he gets scaled.
Yep.
So it's better for him to just roam around and try and help his team.
So I guess escape mechanism is Invis, and they got Sentry Wars that will hold him right on top. Like, their ability will hold him right on top of a Sentry. There's no way out of it.
Oh yeah, if he gets Gale, then he's dead.
But he's doing the job for his team. Like, he's hit level 3 after rotating around. So he's finding his levels. He even just scouted out the rune for God just then. So he's able to pick up that illusion rune. And also in the meantime, what do we got? This little Wilkins.
Oh, he got Gale top, but he TP's out. Is he gonna, yeah, he makes it. And he makes EGM use all his nuke as well, so... used 220 mana there, or something like that. And
that's the downside about this Alliance lane. Slows are great. I mean, yeah, slows are great, but they don't have any stuns. They got no controlling abilities coming out from anybody but Puck.
But look at all this experience now. Brax is not there. He TP'd the base, so he cannot be up here. And sure, the illusions come in and take the aggro off, and even tries to farm up the creeps, but it's kind of hard with illusions to last it. But all that experience was denied for him. And that could have been him being level 4.5.
EGM smoke just got revealed as Brax is moving up inside of his Shadow Walk. So both RK as well as EGM will back themselves out. Unsuccessful gank on the top lane. How's that middle lane matchup looking? Like, Alchemist 27 for nil. Got no points up in Greevil's Greed, but he's 24 to 5 on the Puck. So really quite even between the two. The only difference is there's half of a level because S4 ended up dying at the early stages of the game.
Yeah, and he's also been a little bit out of experience range a few times because he's played safe. Because Alchemist's being ahead of him in levels with Gondar coming in and stealing experience every now and then, SD taking some, it kind of tells the tale that he's been out of experience range with Puck as well. Bottom tower is almost dead.
The power of a lone druid that's not really being contested because Prophet left it. He's just gone straight for Handemeyer inside the jungle. And I think at this point too, Admiral Bulldog realizes if he tries to contest the tier 1 tower, he'll have no luck. Contesting a tier 2 tower, a lot easier for him.
Yeah, he just wants to farm.
He's actually going to come down this bottom lane. He might just pull the aggro up. He's got his own creep wave. He's going to hold and range the tower. Well, if he believes he can do something about it, he'll give her a shot. But this bear, actually, this bear doesn't even have an Orb of Venom on it.
Nope.
This is a straight Radiance Rush from Pycat then.
And no boots as well on the bear. He has a boots on his hero though. But yeah, this is a Radiance Rush. So he got a pretty late Radiance last game. He wants to get the super fast Radiance this game.
At this speed, we'll easily be looking at 13 minutes for it to be completed. Especially if they take this bottom tower down, maybe even sooner than 13.
Yeah, it should be. For the entire thing, if he gets this tower in decent rate and gets the last hit, then yeah, I would say 13 minutes.
How's Chen looking too? 1437. He's got 1,500 gold, man. That's a full Arcane Boots if he wants to pick it up right now for LGD. Brax just is following with him. So he's trying to get some levels up for Brax, maybe some extra farm. Because Brax, if he gets this last little hit on the Wild Wing, that should be his 450. He keeps missing.
He doesn't get it. That's 1437's gold.
Yeah, I know. Now he wants to... No. I thought maybe he'd use that slight bonus damage to get the kill on Boots. The time has ticked over anyway, so now Boots will come.
Yeah,
and
that was just a pure
the courier's
steal.
been sent back to pick up Boots for 1437 as well as what looks like to be the Buckler. So they get the strength to now push out. This is going to be a 4-man push bottom lane. Tier 1, Tier 2 tower will be the objective.
Yeah, it should be.
And Arcade's got 1 level up in his wards. And the tower's already gone, even without the extra support from LGD. And Chen's not moving over. He's waiting for a new creep at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, he's not really coming there, so not pushing with this double wave that they have.
Really kind of surprising it. Maybe they also don't care. Like LGD, like they've got Pycat down here. He doesn't need to have any help to do what he's doing. So why pull the experience away from the rest of the players?
Yeah, maybe they just want to gang for mid lane again.
Could happen with a DD rune up the sleeve of God. Sorry, Invis. But he's not looking to come in there to gank up an S4. Or else he would have been very different with his approach.
He would have. And this is a G style of playing Alchemist. Like, he's not going any point at all into Grievous Greed. He just wants to fight. That's all. And later on, I mean, gold will come. That's his reasoning. But he just wants to be strong and kill. Because if they get Gondar level 6 anytime soon, of course he's still level 4. But if he gets level 6, then they will start getting so much gold, as we mentioned.
He's trying to soak up the experience in the top lane. In fact, just hiding in the corner. But Loda's really staying on top of his denies. He's got 26 denies on this top lane. Like, Lone Pycat hasn't really been as worried about that. Like, Proficient hasn't been in the lane, so denies aren't his major concern. Just getting last hits is his major concern. And pushing into the tower as well.
Yeah, definitely.
He's doing a pretty damn good job of that too. Not completely up with Loda though. Loda still has more farm than him, but Loda, he's going to go into the drums. In fact, he finishes up the drums right now. So you got drums, phase boots, quelling, as well as magic wand. While Pycat has almost 3,500 gold.
He will find his Radiance so fast, so Pycat probably gonna pull ahead and farm as soon as he has it. Of course, when you have Radiance, you can start farming your entire jungle very easily with just your bear, even without going there. And you can take the lane with the hero if you want to.
Misery's going to get a little bit lucky here. Gets a regeneration rune. Unfortunately, not really lucky with hills. Hitting up them, that is.
Yeah, take some time for him.
One more. There we go. So Observer Ward taken out. Pycat's got himself a double creep wave here. Or was now evaporating from what was a double creep wave.
Yeah, and just looking at his push bottom lane.
Nowhere near enough damage being done to that tower, but
yeah, not
he's,
really.
he's so close. He was looking for just the CS. He's 100 gold away from having Relic. I'm wondering if Alliance has realized that they've got to realize what's happening with Pycat. They have to realize it. When they see no items up on him, the pings come out and say, you know what? How about we actually get a kill on this guy? Because if we don't, he's going to be unstoppable. And he's already picked up the relic. He's right next to the Dire Seeker shop. Could have sent the bear over there. Instead, he buys it from his own shop and is flying with a courier.
Yeah, that is a really early relic, so only needs to farm up that 1200 gold now for him. So should be about like 3 minutes. Unless he increases his GPM like mad, but should be another 3 minutes. Unless they get the tower, they can be sooner.
I think the only thing we really need right now is an EG jersey. Oh god, trouble for him, and he's dead. Hand of God will not keep him alive. There was no way that was going to help him.
Yeah, just dead.
When they got so much damage coming from both Spectre, Prophet even threw his ulti for that little sucker too.
Yeah, well, you can always add Prophet's nukes as a little bit of extra. Doesn't really cost you a whole lot.
The only thing it might do, which it will annoy everybody else when it pushes out all the lanes, like this top lane. Brax is now farming underneath this tower, and that's his level 6. So he now has track available for his team.
Yeah. He needs to go and make something happen with that. He played a very ganky Gondor in the first levels, but you really want to use your trap.
Disruption, middle. Concoction going to follow up, and, well, Concoction not going to hit. He threw it. Just a little, well, he threw it and then the phase shift came.
Yeah, hard to get that.
Yeah, stunning up a puck never the easiest thing when you have projectile stuns.
No, not really. You need instant stuns. We've seen how hard projectile stuns are, man.
And S4 is trying to keep him out of this middle lane. And they're going to be successful. Those Venomancer wards are coming up, level 3. Making it very difficult to push on that tower, while on the bottom lane Prophet going to TP down here. They want Pycat, and Pycat caught inside the Sprout, Soul Assumption as well, and they get the kill on him.
That is Visage being such a strong hero, not even Fury and ulti for that, just goes in, has the summon, has the slow and the nuke. Easy kill.
So they get a kill on Lone Druid, but still only making it 2 for 2. Overall advantage is actually a long way for Alliance as far as experience goes. Gold, not really so, because they're down a tower, but at the same time, they're down a tower, and the advantage is only 100, if that, for LGD International.
Yeah. So...
And they're looking for a kill. Puck catches 3 in the ulti. Brax here as well. Spectre going to horn himself in. And Loda, who's he focused on? 1-4-3-7. Disruption from the SD will keep him alive. But Sergey, very low on life. EGM, he focuses him down. And now they move down deeper. Looking over for the Chen. EGM actually gets a double kill now. Moving up and away. They've got Pycat in the middle of this fight. He only just came back. And that's a new bear. That is a new bear. This is going to be a bigger kill if they pick up Pycat. Loader is taking up a lot of damage. He gets rid of the aggro, though. Back onto Pycat. And Pycat, it's a double kill for Pycat. But at the same time, Spectre finishes up the Lone Druid. And after he resummons, he still went over his bear for another 40 or so seconds.
Yeah, that's really not good for any Lone Druid player. And dying a lot there. It's dangerous.
I didn't even see a track gold. And did you see a track kill during that?
I think there may have been one I didn't really see.
Either way we look at it, gold aside, experience advantage is the one that goes through the roof for Alliance.
Yep.
They were sitting about 2,000 in front, now about 6.5.
Yeah, the thing is, they have level 8 on their Visage and level 7 on the Venomancer.
Denial mid, yep. They've got Visage Birds as well as a huge army of Plague Wards. And now S4, Dream Call, 5 seconds on it. The track is up, so they've got the extra movement speed to get away. 2 seconds, and S4 turns around. He sees the wind and realizes flying creatures don't like that. So they turn themselves up. Or maybe not. In they go. He jaunts. Dreamcall still here. Tries it up the hill. It didn't actually catch the Wild Wing out there, but they got Disruption and Concoction coming up from God. He hits on S4, and Arke, he needs to help out a little bit more. S4 able to actually go into the face shift. He jaunts away. He was on so low life. The Soul Assumption almost killing off God, and now Loda, he's like, please damage me, because God, now he's just take Pycat. Pycat's not even going to get his bear up in time. Loda will get stunned, and finally, at least he will go down, but EGM, he's got Soul Assumption in 1 second. He needs Vision. Spectre, there's your buyback. In fact, that'll be enough to get the kill. He does. Alchemist goes down. Bounty to at least get able to kill off the puck, but Loda just keeps rolling through, pops off the dust. They follow Brax. Remember that extra slow. The Plague Ward, he's got his movements through. Went straight through the ward. Loda behind it too, and now Visage drops the Bounty Hunter. Double kill for Brax.
Yeah, and he was in 3 track kills here, Brax, so A lot of track gold this time. He's playing a very good bounty hunter. Like, he didn't really go to lane, but he's 2-0 and free. And 2,000 gold after that fight.
They drag the advantage back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little. It looks like Pycat wants to go further. He has his bear. It would be nice if he finally finished his Radiance. I'm just saying.
Relic is nice and all.
Like, the extra damage is good, but he's got no movement speed in that bear. He's got no orb. He's got no burn effect. If there was a burn effect in that fight as well, it would be very, very different.
Oh yes, definitely. So these fights before the Radiance so important for Alliance, but they need to be careful not to feed too many track kills like that.
So if that keeps happening, this gold advantage of 1,000 difference going to skyrocket in favor of LGD. Loader, he wants to fight. He's got 2,700 gold. The tower, fortification's not available with a Spectral Dagger. It's not going to stop it as well. I don't know if that was an attempt to throw a Venomancer board, control it, and then get the last hit to deny.
I don't know.
It auto-attacked, so it wasn't possible at the end of the day. But that's the top tower gone down. LGD move almost... Actually, they move every single hero up towards that top lane to achieve that. Yeah. And now they're going to TP back again.
But they have the Radiance. That's the important thing.
Oh, so they finished up Radiance on Bear. He just trades it over with it, dropping it on the ground. But at the same time, now we get Key Arms up on Alliance. Blink Dagger for the puck. We still have that Medallion up on Visage and building in towards the Mech and Spectre. Sitting at 3k gold. So doesn't have the Relic just yet, but is on the way.
Yeah.
And we know in the later portion of the game, like obviously like you got a 12 slot lone druid is your possibility of what you could possibly have. But at the same time, Spectre, he basically outcarries almost every single hero on this map right now.
Yeah, in this game he can outcarry pretty hard. He needs to hit his
Alliance S4, he wants to jump. He's got a 4-man coil right here if he gets it. 2 silence, and there goes your call. 2 to catch out. Hand of Gold, keep Misery alive a second longer. He still is going to go down from that Prof Element, and the Venomancer on Pycat locked in position. There's a double kill for Admiral Bulldog, and they just go Visage with a nuke, picks off the Alchemist, moving on to Braxton. Still got the track gold, and there's too much damage. Bulldog gets himself another triple kill. How many kills has he claimed in just tonight so far, man? It is going through the roof for him.
Yeah, he's playing really good. And again, it's face boots, but this time he had a Shadow Blade as well, so doing all that damage.
And now they're going to take a tier 1 in the mid and a tier 1 tower in the bot after taking out that fight. Spectre with the last hit, 4.1k, so there's Relic. And man, this is really starting to go very deeply downhill for LGD International.
Yeah, it is suddenly really bad. They don't have much in the team fights though. Puck jumps them and they can't really stop it. They have like SD put down on one of their allies or on the puck, but they can't save themselves.
I don't know if Pycat just meant to do that, man. He TP'd himself in, took the aggro from the creep wave because of the bear. And now the tower's outside of deny range by 27 life points.
Yeah, he keeps the tower alive though. And for Roshan, it's very nice to have all your bottom towers.
Well, looks like they're going to need it from Roshan. It won't take long. S4, smart little maneuvering. Has himself now a haste rune up his sleeve. And Roshan is up. Roshan is good to go.
Yeah, he is.
Interesting, the next item up an Admiral Bulldog, actually picking up a 4-star. It's almost like he's looking for someone who gets caught inside a puck holder to get stunned and damaged as well.
Exactly, force someone out of the puck ulti just to cancel a TP away or something like that.
Will probably also help out Loader, force him away from the puck ult. He's going to force him away from the rest of his team. And that means then Desolate's going to come into play.
Oh, yes.
Even though at this point, well, it's level 4. It's the Dispersion's the one thing that Loader hasn't maxed out just yet.
Yep.
Yeah. So even with his slow, Pycat still picks it up before the average time.
Yeah.
That's not too shabby. But then again, his start was possibly the best he could have asked for.
Yeah, he could have had it even sooner if they didn't die a little bit there in the fights.
Where's S4 looking to go? TP's top lane. God as well as Brax. Maybe they consider this is the place to go. Loader is the one who TP'd himself in. And if Loader has time to farm up this creep wave, he will be picking up his Radiance.
Yeah.
He's got the relic. He's got now 1150. He's missed just one.
More.
He'll need a new creep wave. That's a little bit too short. Short by 100 gold. If they kill him now when he's 100 gold off, oh man, there's going to be a long concoction as well. Loader, there he goes, just dumb. And he's dead.
He's dead.
Can't buy it. An Alchemist will take his life.
Oh, that's a nice timing on that gang.
And then Pycat takes 3 towers on bottom lane. Radiant Spur is going to make this a little bit harder for Admiral Bulldog, but again, maybe they can kill off this this lone Druid Bear. RK is here too, and they find the real Pycap in the corner. There goes your Gale, and RK actually getting entangled. Lone Druid will take the kill. Puck throws out the oldie, but 1437, Hand of God plus the mech is keeping Pycat alive, which keeps his Bear in play a little bit longer until finally Spectre picks up the Lone Druid. Visage was going to throw the nuke out anyways. He was going to die nonetheless. Need GM, another Soul Assumption. He flies down again. A second Soul Assumption doing no damage whatsoever. But Loader, he's got more than what he needs for the team. He bought back for this, and rightly so. Throws the dagger down. He was looking to just go through the tree line to catch up to Misery. It's a triple kill for Loader, and they've still got one left to go. Brax on the sideline, but they cannot see him.
Brax walking through a dagger. Does it after the effect disappears? So that was another big fight for Alliance, getting 4 kills like that.
And Radiance is fully done for Loader because of it. And that's after buyback, and he can still finish up the Radiance.
Yeah, he's strong now.
And the question is, and they move this strength into the Rosh Pit. You can have Nature's Prophet, make an army of trees, just go in. Familiars are already in here too, and RK can set up a wall of wards, leave one outside, and Loader will do the rest. Looks like now LGD want to try and stop him. Maybe they have a chance.
I think it's going to be really hard to stop this Roshan.
When you got a Bear leading in there and Alliance aren't committing in, like they've already bailed out. Do they have an aggressive ward looking for that? No, they just felt everyone missing. So Bulldog went to the top lane to try and split push. While LGD International looking elsewhere. In fact, he might even be able to take this tier 2 tower. Because LGD International are just so far away, and if they TP up there to try and stop him, then he'll just TP into Roshan. They'll just start it all over again. While 1437, EGM coming very, very close to him and getting tracked up because of it. But yeah, there you go. There's the TPs coming in. First one is the Shadow Blading God. And instantly Shadow Blade Admiral Bulldog just bails straight back out. And Sergey can't find him. But he had to come or else the tower was gone. And yeah, here it is. It's just bait. Alliance are basically making LG International run halfway across the map just to run all the way back again.
Yep.
And maybe, well, there's no track up on anybody here, so they don't know the positioning of Roshan. But they are back, but it's too late. Roshan's dead.
And the Aegis is going to be claimed by Loader.
For the greater Loader, man. That's what it's all about. Every time. Loader doesn't take an Aegis, then something is wrong. And Pycat, how's he looking? He's managed to pick himself up a gem at least.
Yeah.
So they got some envious detection. Got boots up in the bear, so he's finding his money now that he's got that Radiance up and running.
Yeah, he needs the boots, else it's too slow.
I'm wondering though what type of boots he wants to finish up. Like, does he want to get phase boots up on this bear even though it's late in the game? Does he try and just go straight into a basher instead and just leave it at boots? He kind of wants the attack speed, so maybe Assault Cuirass, pick up the Hyper Zone as his next item.
Could be. I think the Assault Cuirass is pretty needed this game.
There goes your dagger. Oh, nice blink in. 3 on the coil. Misery really caught out. 1437 as well. He gets the mech off at least, but no Hand of God from the Chen. Pycat will go down right now. No, he doesn't. The TV went out in time. There was enough damage that was split, but Sergey, God will just burn to Loader's Radiance. The tier 2 tower is gone, and they're looking to take the tier 3 and possibly a Rax. Buyback will come from the Alchemist. Rax still very visible, now not anymore. The dust will wear off. And Alliance, they're backing up. I can hear the concoction coming. And that's the reason why God will throw it. No, he won't. He'll hit himself with it. As Admiral Bulldog that went back to base picks up a full Orchid to return to this fight.
Yeah, he's going to be really, really effective now at killing off the SD or even the Gohandar. Of course, the Gohandar doesn't have his BKB yet, so easy target.
And Brax is, yeah, he's 400 gold away from having that BKB too. It's going to take some sweet time to get there. When you don't control as much of this map as they would like, this is going to take time. And load up. Well, missed time in the end of that Spectral Dagger. We'll see you running back to pick in. It's going to be a Vitality boost there. Looks like we're just going to go straight into a Heart for Spectre. Either that's a casual Vitality and we'll go into Manta.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Heart.
You just thinking the extra strength up against LGD?
Yeah, just fat, you know, and stand in front line because already have.
Prophet.
So much
Does he have a gem? He has dust. Perfectly found Brax. He's already popped off. Actually, no, he is waiting. He was waiting as long as he possibly could before he popped off the Orchid, and now God comes in. Wonderful acid spray. Disruption will buy a little bit of time, but S4 buying more time. Misery able to TV himself away, and Sergey. S4 evades quickly, but he's still going to burn down. Spectre kills Alchemist. SD is actually the one to pick off S4. And Brax still moving out of here. He's leaving the oil slick behind him. But Alliance won't keep chasing.
Yeah. Running away.
But he does have that BKB now. 3,300 on him, but he won't have buyback if he gets it.
And right now it's like Alliance are fine with just static game, getting some farm on their Spectre. They want to hit that Heart or whatever their next key item will be on her, because she will get so much stronger. You can also go for a Diffusal Blade, of course, and that is kind of nice. You can purge the Bear, you can purge the Hero, of course, as well, slowing him down a lot. So makes it easier to kill Pycat, and since Pycat has a gem, he is a pretty important kill.
And they managed to snipe him out, take all that extra gold from the gem is worth. The beauty about not having gems, which can be denied anymore. They're stable things. They must survive through the winter, because winter is coming. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Admiral Bulldog. And he's getting so much more farm again. It just keeps rolling in for him. Like, they haven't even taken a ranks yet, but it's the same positions we had in our last game. Admiral Bulldog controls the entire map, and it gives freedom for the rest of Alliance to move freely.
Yeah, it's just so much farm time for Bulldog. Even if they get caught out a little bit, like, or lose a hero or two, it doesn't matter. They just keep controlling and farming.
Well, control and farm. Easy to do when you're as a 5-man team. All coming in through that bottom lane. They looked at the tier 2 tower down here. And, well, Alliance, they will take it. LGD International are completely split. Misery's here in the middle lane trying to push this out with an extra Chen creep. Pycat's up on the top lane. They're not even looking to fight outside their base. Brax, he gives a track, and it takes the aggro away, but they've got an army of trees and a catapult behind them. This just means the creep wave comes in sooner, which means they'll attack the tier 3 tower sooner.
Yeah. He gave a track and then he had to run for his life, pretty much.
Yeah. Even with that tier 2 tower being harassed, there's nowhere near enough push damage. Actually, a lot of tracks already up. Shit, who did they stun? That stun from Sergey's already gone. He doesn't have mana to really fight this.
It was a super short stun that he threw.
I think that's the first Gale also just seen of Arcade miss. But I'm waiting for Alchemist to go back to base to heal up, but like to get that mana back again. But he's starting the concoction. We'll throw it out, hits Loader as well as EGM, but only a short period of time, and then the Bear gets entangled up on S4. He's already got a double Dream Call, and Spectre just jumps in. Loader's taking way too much damage here, but that's the beauty of an Aegis the Immortal. He wants to take the damage. Arcade will, however, be a casualty of war, but they're focusing on the Bear, and do they actually bring it down with the Soul Assumption? Yes, they do. Pycat loses Bear, Spectre Horn in with S4. Loader picks up a triple kill in this battle so far.
Resummon on the Bear was available, but the mech now, they may even continue to push here.
There's no reason to fall back. SD is so injured right now. He's had to use smoke to get himself back to base safely. And there goes the tier 3 tower on the bottom. Admiral Bulldog will take the last hits, not as though he's got enough money as it is. And they want to bring down this melee Rax, but the Radiance Bear is not making it easy for him.
Yeah, it's just a real nuisance against their summon push.
And they're realizing the timing too. Alliance, they didn't want to overcommit. Pycat was coming out looking for an entangle. Just trying to find those stragglers on the retreat from Alliance.
Yeah, but doesn't give away anything really. Nothing for free. So...
But they also don't push it and try and take more. Like, that bottom ranks is still up and available.
Yeah, they knew, but it's because of Gondar. They don't want to give away any real kills here. Like, don't want to die too many. So Assault Cuirass gonna be finished up very shortly on the bear.
And once that's done,
that buffs the Alchemist a lot, giving him more armor and giving him more minus armor to his enemies, so that makes Alchemist better in almost every single regard.
it should arrive at the same time too as Alchemist finishes up his BKB. So you add the two of those together.
Sort of, yeah.
It almost gives you hope for LGD's team fight, because right now, like I know it's showing in the gold and definitely showing in the experience, Alliance have a huge advantage right now, especially once S4 does what he's about to do, and that's finish aside the Vice.
Which he had like every single game, it feels like.
Yep. Well, considering there's only two of them.
Yep. Well, I mean, all the pucks that we cast always had a hex. Because we saw Fada play puck two games in a row as well. And he also got his hex up quite early. He got them, and then at that point, along with a Furion, we have seen the combination of Furion and puck a lot today. Yep. And having those two in combination, I like what Alliance are doing though, because they have one guy going for Hex, one guy going for Orchid, and the BKB on Furion is really nice.
Oh, there's a jump down. S4's found Misery out of position. Prophet Ultimate nukes him down. The Hand of God and the mech being used by 1437. They're all trying to TP out here in time. And while Chen won't be successful, Alchemist won't be either. 3 heroes lost. And just how fast did Alliance come in then?
Yeah, it's super fast catch. That's what we said during the draft, like, how good are these heroes at catching? Of course, that was before we had a Venomancer. Venomancer is not the best at catching, but he's pretty good if you do have your enemies.
He was still there at the right time.
Oh, yes.
You could almost use just the Venom as bait. The old classic way of looking at a Venomancer. You throw your ulti, you throw your girl, you hit multiple people, and you've already done your job for the team.
And that's Milk.
That means he has to hit people, though. Oh!
He hit people, he just...
Shout out to Malcolm, he's currently like sitting there over in Seattle, just watching the game. So yeah, I'll tune into the English live streamer, Toby. I'm sure he'll be very, very nice to me. Sorry, man.
Of course we're nice to you, Milk.
Yeah.
Of course. So nice.
How can you not be nice to Milk? He'll tweet things about you, and then your career is over.
Yeah. Keep mentioning his 020 and he's gonna keep tweeting about you.
Well, considering he's basically the second manager removed for Alliance. So the EG non-EG presence at International. So while EG didn't qualify through the Western qualifier, obviously Alex Garfield does own Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah. In case people didn't know that.
In case they didn't know, so even though EG is not in TI, there's still a little bit of EG.
LGD. Smoke train down the middle, and you can see the line.
They're pretty desperate now, and yeah, sadly, when you have this happen, you're like, damn it, why?
We were so good, like Roshan is already there, and yeah, an Alliance jump in. We saw how fast LGD popped when they were in, I'd say, almost the open space of the dire jungle. Yet they're inside the cavern of Roshan.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught like 5 people by puck or something.
Yeah. Even with that Assault Cuirass now fully done, it's still...
They still take brutal damage,
yeah. It's very, very questionable. At least they have a second level Hand of God now.
Now it's the Roshan though.
Yep. Loaded him. And can they get themselves in? There's the Gale is keeping the bear out. The Radiant Burn is trying to stay in close. And then also the Spectral Dagger. Everyone's coated in black. And now Loda, he's going to horn himself up. And now also Soul Assumption, Sergey, even with a huge amount of life points, just about 2k, he goes down. There's an entangle on EGM, so Pycat at least will give him that. He wants RK running into the Rosh pit to take it, but now he's a piglet. The bear might be able to do the work for him, and RK does go down, but S4 with a DD rune will take a revenge kill. Brax being sent back by the Chen. Misery just wants to disrupt up Loda, so we can't take another hero here with a concoction. God, he can't fight this though. He cannot fight this, but with those disruptions, you're talking about the Desolate before, going to work on Loda. And S4's jumping up and trying to chase, but no, God, he's headed north. He can't head south. It's just not safe anymore.
It's not safe.
And they found Brax.
He's gonna go down, Brax here. Last hit to Loda.
GG.
GG is called.
Alliance will take out the game 2-0.
Yeah.
Off to a great start.
Yeah, really, really strong Alliance. Just played through it, and I mean, how good did Bulldog play in both these games? Like, of course, the entire of Alliance played really well, but both these games, topping the farm, topping the total net worth. He's just so strong on that Furion.
Yeah, man, I almost kind of want to give him man of the match, but when you see an 18-14 loader, it's very, very difficult to actually give Nature's Prophet the man of the match.
Oh, yeah.
But man, just great play all around for Alliance, and if this is what we're going to see from them in the future, I know their matchup against IG later on will be one hell of a corker. Of course, though, we want to stay tuned, man, because coming up next on the live stream, Na'Vi, we get to cast them for the first time here at the International, will be going up against Mouse Sports, and we'll see if Na'Vi can win a game in the group stages.
Yes, that's actually true.
It's being said. It's being said. We'll see you guys shortly, right after the break.